What's up, y'all? For those that don't know me, I'm Nate. Also go by Nate Dog for those in the group. But I'm here. I'm excited to share my story. I grew up in a very Christian home. My mom and dad both just very constantly pointed us back to God. My grandparents as well, very strong contributors to that. And I've always kind of known just God is part of my life, and that's always how it's been. And just as I got older and as I went through college and just football and rugby and I'm this guy now, it kind of separated itself, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of that was earthly things that were filling that void at the time. It was if I got a good grade on a test, it was like, oh, that fills that void for me. Then if I was able to do well and to get selected to a certain team, it was just so many things, like things that you can fill a void with, but it all turns to dust as soon as you get hold of it and you're like, this didn't feel what I thought it would. So once me and my wife got married, we were like, church, let's find us a good church. So we go to ICC, the community group happens, and we started to find that God was calling us back the whole time. He had a story he was trying to write for us in Memphis. So we bought our first house together. We were very excited. It was so new and awesome to us. And we get moved in, and it's fun and dandy, and a lot goes wrong. There was a breaking point where I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much money, this is so much time, this is so much effort. Both just sat in the living room and just cried and looked at each other, and we were like, this is it. This is God trying to break its hold of, I will say I loved money for a long time. Money was probably my biggest grip. In that moment, I feel like God, after all these things had happened, he was like, do you understand now? And I was like, I do. And I'll never forget us crying there, and it was like, are you ready to let go? And I was. And I was finally able to let go and break that wall down. And that was the moment I was ready. I was ready to say, I'm ready to dedicate my life. The earthly things can do what they will, but they're not important to me. I would say that since receiving Jesus, that nothing is ever the same. You realize the things that you were tooting your own horn to. You realize how truly faithful God is and how he is a constant no matter what. And there's been moments where I can't describe something that has happened other than that was you, God, thank you. It is hard to describe because our God is many things, and something I have learned through it all is that he is always going to be right there beside you. The world is a dark place, and it's constantly trying to point us back to, hey, go back to this thing. This is important. Bow to this. These idols are more important than your God. And he's always there no matter what. When we feel broken, when we feel anxiety, when we feel all these things, he's always right there with us. Being baptized to me is important because it's important to me in my walk with God that I let him know I fully surrender all. I think the one thing I would want to share with somebody who knows Jesus is speaking to them and they can feel it in their heart, I would just say, don't be afraid to take that step, to reach out, to say, I want to join a community group. I want to go to this event, even though I'm scared and it may feel like I may not know anybody. Nobody may know my name, but it's in those moments that I've always found that that's where he shines through the most, is he is reaching for our heart, and that take that step. Don't be afraid, and let God take the rest.